Welcome to Simple Cyber Defense, the podcast where we break down complex cybersecurity topics into easy-to-understand language. Today we're talking about a change that's quietly reshaping the internet, one age gate at a time. Imagine this, you are a parent and your kid wants to play the new video game, but to give them access you have to upload a picture of your driver's license. Or maybe you're just browsing the web and you hit a wall, a digital bouncer asking you to prove your age before you can proceed. This isn't just science fiction, it's the new norm. Online age verification is spreading rapidly, and it's forcing all of us into a tough choice. Do we comply with vague privacy policies, or do we lose access to digital services that we rely on? The goal is clear, to make the internet safer for children. But is the cure worse than the disease? We're going to explore that tension today, the push to protect our kids versus the growing concern over privacy, data security, and free speech. So why are we seeing this massive global push for age verification now? The answer is simple and powerful: to protect kids. Laws are being passed all over the world to put up age gates on content deemed unsuitable for minors. This isn't just about pornography. It's about content related to suicide, self-harm, and eating disorders, material that can be generally dangerous for young kids' minds. For a long time, the digital world was a free-for-all, and in 2022, Media Smart Survey highlighted the consequences of that. They found that 3 in 10 Canadian youth grades 7 to 11 had accidentally encountered explicit materials, with exposure often starting as young as 9. Some people are saying it's impossible for parents to monitor their children's online activity 24/7. Kids have unfiltered, no friction access to essentially the whole content of the internet. It's a problem that many believe needs to have a legislative solution. And that's exactly what's happening. Laws are popping up everywhere. In the UK, the Online Safety Act mandates age gates on unsuitable content, which platforms facing fines up to £18 million for non-compliance. In the US, states are following the same suit. Texas has a law upheld by the Supreme Court requiring pornographic sites to verify age of visitors. Florida HB 3 requires adult material sites to verify ages and even ban anyone under 14 from social media. It's a trend we're seeing in Tennessee, South Carolina, and Wyoming as well. Even Australia has legislated a social media ban for users under 16, with Quebec and the Eastern Commissions considering similar measures. Advocates like the Canadian Centre for Child Protection argues that these laws are necessary to compel website operators to act more responsibly and to enable the enforcement of other online child protection measures. The message is clear. The era of wild west internet is over. So how exactly are these platforms verifying your age? The methods range from the familiar to the downright unsettling. The most common approach is asking for government-issued ID. You might have uploaded a photo of your driver's license or passport. Some sites might ask for a credit card information, which is used not to charge you, but to confirm you're over 18. Then there is more advanced and controversial methods. A growing number of services are asking users to submit a selfie that can be analyzed with facial recognition software to guess your age. On platforms like Roblox, parents have to provide their email and then verify their own age with an ID or credit card before their child can access the content. YouTube recently announced it will be analyzing the browsing patterns of some US users to determine their age, even requesting a traditional ID. Most companies, though, are outsourcing this process to third-party services, which creates a whole new set of questions about who has access to sensitive data. Some tech giants, including Meta, have suggested a different approach. Why not let the app stores like Apple and Google handle age verification when users download an app? The app stores, however, have pushed back, citing the challenges of verifying the age for desktop access and pre-installed apps. Regardless of the method, the goal is the same, to create a digital checkpoint. But what are the risks of turning over this kind of information at every turn? This is where the debate really heats up. While the Internet of Age verification is noble, the biggest concern by far is privacy and data security. We're being asked to hand over highly sensitive information, but as cybersecurity expert Richard Rogerson warns, if this data, our faces, addresses, viewing habits, is breached, the fallout can be disastrous. We've already seen a real-world example of this. The T app leaked exposed 72,000 images, including 13,000 selfies and photo IDs, leading to doxing and public harassment. Think about that. A simple age checkpoint could put you at risk in real-world harm. Users have a valid question. Who is privy to all this private information? How secure is it stored? Will it be deleted after verification? The lack of transparency, especially with the third-party providers, is a huge problem. Cliff Stuyvesant of the National Cybersecurity Alliance says it forces users into a tough choice: comply and accept unclear privacy policies or lose access to the service. Beyond privacy, there's the question of effectiveness. Critics have argued that these laws can be easily bypassed with a VPN, or a virtual private network, which hides your location. VPNs are reportedly among the top free apps downloaded in regions with age verification. If it's that easy to get around the system, what's the point? Some platforms have also found that when age gates go up, users simply migrate to the darker corners of the internet. Where Pornhub implemented verification in Louisiana, traffic to their site dropped by 80%, but users just went to less regulated, less safe sites with fewer safety protocols. This could make the internet more, not less, dangerous for everyone. And let's not forget the age verification system can be inaccurate. One user reported that Discord system assessed a 30-year-old to a teen age group. Finally, there's the issue of free speech. Digital rights groups like the Electronic Frontier Foundation, or EFF, have condemned these laws, arguing they threaten First Amendment protected speech. Samar Jain of the Center for Democracy and Technology says the Texas Supreme Court decision has the potential to upend access to the First Amendment protection speech on the internet for everyone, children and adults alike. Wikipedia's nonprofit Wikimedia is even challenging the UK's law, arguing that ID verification threatens the safety of and anonymous users and editors and could hinder the efforts to fight misinformation. The EFF puts it plainly: you shouldn't need a VPN to access legitimately protected speech. And these measures have even more broader implications, raising concerns about government surveillance and the potential of these laws to be used to weaken encryption, which would put everyone at greater risk. Some even argue that this crackdown approach betrays a fundamental disrespect for children's agencies and their natural curiosity. A truly age-segmented internet may not be even possible. So where do we go from here? The debate and legal challenges are just getting started. Many bills are being debated, and the fight is far from over. Advocates are calling for less invasive approaches, solutions that protect children without sacrificing fundamental digital rights. These would focus on accuracy and limited collection and retention of personal information. Perhaps we need to see a shift from our focuses from policy to education and open communication, teaching kids how to safely navigate the internet in the support of adults rather than attempting to build digital walls that can easily be breached. The era of the internet age verification is undoubtedly here, but how it evolves will depend on our ability to address these profound concerns. We have to find solutions that are truly safeguard all users without undermining our core digital liberties. Well, that's it for this episode of Simple Cyber Defense. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next time. Thanks for listening to the Simple Cyber Defense Security Updates. Join us next time when we dive into more security issues, and make sure you subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Plus, if you have a topic suggestion or want to support the podcast, stop by our website at simplecyberdefense.com.